there was a bird, and he was a baby bird, and he had just hatched, but he wasn't ready to fly yet. And he looked up, and there was his mom. But then his mom left to get food, and all of his brothers and sisters had already spread their wings, and they were ready to fly with his mom. So he was all alone in the nest, bored out of his mind. Hours and hours were going by. He had nothing to do, and he was just thinking, really wish I were like my brothers and sisters, and I was just normal. I could just open my wings and fly with all of them. Like, why did God make me like this? And so, if I just put my mind to this, I can probably fly right out of the nest. You know what I'm saying? Just whoosh. I've seen them do it, and it doesn't look that hard, said the bird. So he walked his little toothpick legs to the edge of his nest. He poked his head over, and he saw this big wide world below him. Just fly and just be with his family and see it all. So he takes a breath and he says, I got this. And he jumps. He falls. Because he can't fly yet, and flying doesn't work like that. You have to be physically ready to fly as a bird, and he's not in that stage of bird puberty yet. So he fell, and he hit the ground, and now he's hurt. So then, he's like, I gotta find my family, said the bird. So he lifts up his wings, and he starts army crawling. He's crawling, and he's crawling, and he's putting his mind to it. Hours go by. The sun is burning on him. It's like an old Western movie. He squints his eyes. He's looking around. No water in sight. His mouth is getting drier and drier. And he's thinking, why did I ever leave my comfort zone? Why did I ever do that, said the bird. That was the stupidest decision I've ever made, said the bird. Now he's getting bitter. Nighttime is rolling around. All of a sudden, he's getting cold. He's like, I don't have any feathers yet. I'm so stupid. That's why I can't fly. And so he goes to sleep. He wakes up. It's the next day. And when he opens his eyes, what? Wasn't a dream, said the bird. And when he opens his eyes, all he sees is an old, wise-looking snapping turtle standing right before him. He goes, who are you? And can you help me? He says, only you can help you. Turns around ever so slowly and starts walking away. But the bird needs help. So he goes, no, who are you? He says, name's Pedro. You look like you're a long way from home, said Pedro. The bird said, yeah. And I'm like gonna die. Please, God, I need your help. Can you not be a bitch right now? Cause I really can't deal with that, okay? I can't deal with that right now, Pedro. So Pedro was like, hop on the back, kid. I'll take you where you need to go. The bird was so happy, but just as he was about to get on Pedro's back, he hears something. The bird says, wait, what was that? He heard it again. He looks up, and it's a vulture. It's a vulture. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat you alive. all of a sudden there's 7 of them. They're circling. So the bird says, Pedro, let me hop on your back. I'm injured because I thought I could fly. Pedro says, what do you mean you thought you could fly? You're an underdeveloped, prepubescent little bird. The bird says, there's no time for this type of talk right now. I know it was stupid. I need to get on your back right now. We have to get out of I'm hungry. We need to get out of here. So he crawls on to Pedro's back and he's go. All of a sudden, he realizes that Pedro moves like this. Go, Pedro, we have to go. I'm going as fast as I can, my dude. Can't go any faster. I'm swooping in. I'm gonna eat you. Can't go any faster than this, my dude. Bird is caught. He is flying on a vulture. He just sees Pedro getting smaller and smaller. It went in a flash. He's in shock. What even just happened? His life is moving as a movie scene. He doesn't even hear the sound of the wind anymore. Just silence. He sees himself panning up as if it was a camera angle in a movie. He's just seeing Pedro get smaller and smaller. He's given up. Was it the starvation? Was it the dehydration? We'll never know. As he's flying over what used to be his comforting and beautiful home, he can't help but think back to just 2 days ago when he was a happy, healthy bird. He had just held his mother. He was looking at that same world, yet it was so different. It was filled with so much opportunity, love, adventure, and unknowingness that he was willing to explore. What a world. It was so different, yet exactly the same. If only he had known back then that now he'd be flying on the back of a vulture looking at that exact same world, alone and hungry and about to die. Just then, he gets dropped in his nest. He looks up. He sees the bird. He's ready to die. He sees the clampers getting closer and closer. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't even know what's going on anymore. Is this heaven? Am I already dead? Said the bird. He looked at the vulture and he spoke out loud. Am I dead? Is this heaven? Said the bird. The vulture didn't say anything. He just looked deeply in his eyes, a look that bird has never quite seen before. And he just stared back. He didn't say anything. He just looked right back at him, lying in his nest. How did that vulture even know where he lived? Was it a guardian angel in disguise? Why did I even think I was gonna die? But all of this just lives in his head, and he just stares into the vulture's eyes. And the vulture seems so wise, like he wants to say something, but he seems like he doesn't even need to say it at all. He flies away in what seems like slow motion, each flap of his wings going a graceful fan, jetting him higher into the sky as he silently and gracefully flies off into the now 3rd day of the little bird's adventure. And the bird's just staring at the trees, in shock of what just happened. His mother and his brother, sister, they all come home. They can't believe he's alive. They shower him in kisses. But it's just like the bird just looks forward. Who was that vulture? Why did he let me have a second chance? Where's Pedro? But all in all, he looked at his mom. He said, I missed you. And just then, his mother said, little bird, you are ready. You can fly. Look at yourself. Just then, the bird said, what? He looks down at his feathers. He had been so distracted. He looks at his siblings. "I look just like you," said the bird, "covered in beautiful feathers of every single color." He went to that same ledge of the nest, still filled with fear, opened his wings, and he flew. He soared, in fact. And that is the story of the bird. Leave the light on, sing mama, papa, do. Leave the light on, so tight and close to you, 'cause I get scared in the dark of night when I can't find my key. So leave the light on for me. Tuck me in, babe, just like you always do. Tuck me in, babe, so tight and close to you, 'cause I get cold in my dreams at night, and I'm reaching out for you. So tuck me in, baby, do. Da, 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 da. Give me love, love. I say to all of you, give me sweet love, and I give it back to you. You get tired when you fall down, and then who would pick you up? So give me love, love. For me.